What's up guys, my name's Lethal and welcome to another episode of my talking series. In today's video I'm going to be covering what I said I was going to cover yesterday, and my opinion on why Bugha was so dominating in his solos Fortnite World Cup win, and what I think really set him apart from other players. And yeah, I've got 4 points just as I had yesterday, and if you disagree with some of them, please let me know. Please let me know if you have any different points. Would love to hear them in the comments. And yeah, let's just jump straight into these points, and yeah, let's do this. So the first point I want to talk about is one of the things that I noticed about Bugha when I watched all these 6 games was his box fighting. Now, if you know what box fighting is, it's when players are in 1-by-1s and then that are very close to each other and they try to fight. They obviously tried to wall replace, tried to place stairs to be able to edit through, and so on and so forth. He kind of stood out to me as well as players like King, but obviously this video is about Bugha. But his ability to know where he had built before, his way to navigate through the builds, so whether that was taking a wall and then working his way down to take the floor and ultimately distracting the person. And as I say, sometimes these fights would mean the player had to back off and then ultimately go into Bugha's build where he was just able to edit through and jump through and get the kill, which I think this played a massive part on why he was successful, because he knew how to fight and knew what he needed to do to ultimately will replace and win those box fights. So moving on to my second point is his rotation, which is perfect for the bit of the clip we just saw. His rotations was, I think, one of the best in the tournament, just purely from a standpoint of he always had some way to rotate, whether that was items such as a launch pad where he would place it and be able to get higher and closer to the zone, especially these moving zones, or whether it was, as we saw, a shockwave grenade or the smoke grenades that was just on the floor just a minute ago, and perfect for the bit of the clip we see. He was always has that mobility to move around his rotations and to be able to get from point A to point B as quickly as possible, which obviously then puts him ahead of the pack, and he's able to turn around and beam or shoot at people that are rotating into zone, which obviously can lead to eliminations, more points, etc., etc. Another thing I wanted to point out, as well as his smart rotations, is when he didn't need to rotate his decision making, especially in his last game, which is the game that he got, I think it was 5th. He was very fortunate he got the zone twice or 3 times in a row. He built a 1-by-1 out of metal and just sat in it and beamed and shot the people who were rotating into zone, as well as being just picking off the people who were launch padding, which I think is a sign of a very smart player. The fact that he wasn't looking to over aggress, especially with the zone, he was just playing the way he knew how to play. He had a good lead by that point in the last game, so he just did what he does best: just aim, shoot, get these kills, and help him to secure even more of a lead in the standings. The third point I want to make is picking his fights. Bugha definitely stood out to me as one of the players that just had very good game sense and was very smart in his fights. You didn't see him be too aggressive, but you also didn't see him be too passive. He took the fights that he knew he needed to take, so if he was low on materials, he knew he had to kill someone, especially late in these zones where the materials was running low, or if he had to if he had the chance to beam people, as I say, coming in, flying into the next zone. Those were the fights he took. He never was too aggressive. He never tried to fight everybody. He just picked the fights he needed to secure the points, and the fights that he knew he had the best probability of winning, which I thought is a great sign of a very smart player, as well as a player that knew how to win and what he needed to do to win. And that's one thing that definitely stood out for me. And the final point I want to make, which is the thing that I would put above everything else on why he was able to win. Um, and it's kind of a culmination of the 3 things I said beforehand, but his consistency. I'm pretty sure he only placed outside the top 10 once, which is when he got 90th, because I think he got in a fight off the break, and obviously lost the fight and didn't place that. But other than that, he placed top 10 in the other 5 games and ultimately won the tournament by 26 points, which is just nuts. 26 points is crazy, and just shows how good of a solos player Bugha is. I've only recently actually heard about his name when on Fortnite Friday with clicks, but I think everybody will know his name now purely because of what he's done and how dominant he was. It wasn't even close, and as I say, all the points I made in this video just kind of show why he is as good as he is, why he is now going to be regarded as the best player, best Solos player in the world. Hopefully he can continue it, because I would love to take more of an in-depth look at his gameplay and what he does to exactly win. But guys, I hope you have enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.